Alright, we're going to go ahead and start pulling this transmission apart. Now, the pump, I've already got it laying over there, the torque inverter. It was pretty easy. It just slides right off, and I don't have any leaks or anything, which is great news. Checked all the seals, especially on the front pump there, and it's bone dry, so we'll set the camera down, and you can kind of watch me, and I'll kind of talk as I tear this apart. Now, the bolts are these little 5/8 bolts. You got see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to take out. And I've already loosened these up for my video purposes, and hopefully you can kind of see there. So I got the last one there, and what you can do is get you a big 5/8 bolt like this, and there are threads that are actually sitting in this pump. You can screw this bolt in like that, and once you screw that in, you can take a claw hammer and just pull, and this pump will come right off. It's actually one of the easier pumps that I've actually ever had to deal with. So let me get this light out of the way just a little bit better there. Alright, now I'll go ahead and slide this pump out. It's kind of heavy. You gotta be careful with it there. Alright, there's the pump. Now there's a plastic ring on the back of this right there. Don't lose that. Set that off to the side. Now I can, I usually go, my next step is I usually go up on top, and there's a nut right there. That is for your front band. Go ahead and loosen it, break it loose, and kind of free it up there so you can get in there and get your band loose. So let me go ahead and set the camera back down. Now, usually, it's already loose. I'll take something like this so I can grab that band back in there. And I try to loosen it, pull it out of there. Let's see. And there's also a clip in there I got to get. Alright, there's the little clip. Hopefully you can see that. Now I can go ahead and put the band out. There it is. And there's the band. And kind of look at it. Make sure it's in good shape. Mine seems to be in pretty good shape, except for a little bit of a couple places there, it looks like. I may just go ahead and replace it since I have another one there. Alright, we'll set that off to the side. Now we can take our front drum out. This whole unit here. And this is all one piece, which is great. And this is your clutches. Now this first one here, you only have two clutch packs. You have a clutch pack in this section, and you have a clutch pack in this section. This section is really easy. You can see the clutches there. You can check those. That's not no problem. This clutch pack, you have to press this round piece here down, and there's a clip back in there that you have to pop off. And when you pop that clip off, there's a spring in there, a loaded spring, that you're going to have to work around and get that out of there. So basically, once you push this center piece here down, this outside piece, once you get that clip off, you've got to keep pressure on that and release that pressure slowly, because that spring in there is probably about 3 inches tall, just so you know. I've already checked this clutch pack, so I know it's good. So I'm just kind of talking you through it for video purposes. And you can see the big clip ring right there. The clip you pop off, and that takes it basically gets it right off. So let me set this down out of the way. There. And there's one more look at it. And you've got a couple seals right here, right there. There's two seals. You know, check those, make sure they're okay. I have a seal kit that I bought. It's inside that I will probably be replacing some of the seals. Now we got to go inside, and I've got to take a couple things here off. There's a little round washer on top. Get this off real quick. Hard to do with my gloves. There you go. There's a little washer. Then we got this little silver thing. Not sure what it does, but it's interesting. Get that off. The camera there so you can see. Okay, get this off. Get that off there real quick. Okay, got it off. There it is. Set that back there. Not sure what that's for. If I can grab it, that would be wonderful. Okay. Set that back. Now there's a clip in there. I've got to get that clip out of there. I'm going to have to set... Actually, the clip is off. That's interesting. Yeah, clips... That's, I see what it is. It's stretched. I'm going to have to redo... fix it or get another one. It's stretched a little bit. Alright, we're going to take that clip there off. Put it up back there. And I believe this whole unit will come out now. Yep. Okay, I'll take that off. Alright, set that back here in the back. I need a bigger garage. And now we can take the sun shell out. Sun shell gear. And behind here you have a little shim. Make sure that doesn't come off. There it is. And check your sun gear. Make sure it's okay. A little wore out, but seems okay. And you got a shim there. Make sure it doesn't come off. Actually, that will not come off. It's behind that gear. And check your bushing down in there. Copper bushing. Make sure it's okay. And all my gears look okay there. So I'll set this back here in the back. All right. Kind of got a little Congo line going. And let's see. I got one more item back here. Take out, and that should come right out pretty easy. May have to take my fingers or a little screwdriver to get in there and pop it up, slide it out. Always easier said than done. But of course, I'll get my hand up under there. Alright, there we go. And check these gears. I'm right-handed. Check those guys, make sure we're okay there. Yep, looks good. Set this back here in the back. And that's it. You got a little shim back there. Make sure it doesn't fall off. And everything looks good. Feels good. Spins good. And that's the entire transmission. Really, the only thing that you really get involved in are replacing those clutches and these two drums here, like I was telling you about. Like I said, the one drum is easy to work on, but the other one is kind of a pain in the ass. Now, put the light up here, and I'll flip this up. You set the camera down real quick. Flip this up. Flip it over so you can see what I was talking about there. Amazing how much lighter it is now. Alright, now what I'm doing now is I had to put a new seal on my reverse servo, and the band was not squeezing that drum tight enough, and when I would stick it in reverse it would slip. And I even went and bought a new band, and it's already on. And here's the old band, and it was actually in good shape, so I basically spent money for nothing, but at least I got an extra band if I ever need it. But it's already on, and I actually stuck it on from this side. You can get it on there. There's a small place cut in that band, and if you look, let's see, the new band I got, there's a place cut. If you get that little place cut to slide down past this area right there, you can get it on there. It's very tight, but they say to take this piece off back here, and I didn't want to do all that because I'd have to go back on the back side and take those drive gears off that plate, and there's bearings that set down in that, and there's roller bearings. When you pull this out, they say you can't get those bearings back in there, but you probably could if you use very heavy oil and just kind of put them in there like that. But this is okay now. I'm going to go ahead and stick this back in there, so if you have a problem with the reverse slipping and your band checks out okay, it's more likely this. And I'm going to have to stick that in there. Basically, the setup is like this. This sits on top of that, like that. And then you got your clip that sits on top of that like that. And you got your locking clip. And basically, it's like this, upside down. And this, when you put it in reverse, the pressure pushes on this, pushes this down, and pushes on the rod and tightens that up there, that band, and that's how you get reverse. Alright, so let me go ahead and stick this in, and we'll start putting this transmission back together. Alright, I got the reverse servo in and all that, and I got it adjusted. They say to take this nut, turn this all the way until it's got a lot of pressure on it, and back it off 2.5 turns, and that's what I've pretty much done. Don't forget to put your little plug back in to hold that pin down there. You don't want that pin to come back out. And as you can see, when I pull up on this now, it's pretty tight. It should be okay. I should have reverse now. And now I can go ahead and start putting some of the things back together. Now you can see where I was earlier, right there. I've already replaced all that stuff there. And let's see, this is your accumulator. Accumulator. There's a piece of plastic in there that goes up and down. A lot of times it will break. And if you have a transmission that stays in second, doesn't go down to first, and always starts off in second, more like this guy here, because I just replaced this. And that is the entire transmission. Of course, you've got your, you know, if you're in second gear and you stop, it doesn't want to go into first gear. Sometimes your this guy here, the valve. Sometimes your governor will stick too, so you might want to check it. And if you look close, let me see if I get the light down there. There is a little valve there with a spring on it. Sometimes you can check it and make sure it's okay. I can probably take my screwdriver and check it now. Make sure it's opening okay. Let's see. Oops. Yep. Okay, it's okay. It's working. And that's basically the entire transmission. And when you put it back together, you just got to make sure you get all your seals and make sure your seal on your pump is okay. Mine looks pretty good. I have an extra seal I'll stick on it. And that's the entire transmission. Unless you want to work on the drive gears or something, that's a different story. It's not that big of a deal. But I'm mainly focused on this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start putting it back together, just so you know that I know what I'm doing. Sort of. Well, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a while. So let me go ahead. We'll go ahead now and see that we are at the back of the transmission. Behind here, there's really nothing but except for 2 gears that turn the gears here for the main drive. Okay, now we'll go ahead and we'll start putting everything back together.